Okay. At a sporting goods store, you buy 10 basketballs and 4 footballs for $264.80. The footballs cost $1.45 more than the basketballs. Find how much each of them cost. We have to find the cost of the footballs and the cost of the basketballs. So basketballs, footballs, and dollars, that's 3 units. You should be going to the grid, not the box table. You're not going to make a table for this. That's with 2 units where you do that. Okay, basketballs, footballs. Oh, okay, so you put together. How many units per unit and total? Okay. Okay, so the 2 units we're buying are the basketballs and footballs. Just put BB and FB if you want. Here, I'll put BB. Okay, so the money total, the money per unit. When I say money per unit, that means how much a single one costs. Okay. Then how many units? So you need to fill in your total cost with $264.84. 0.80. Okay. Cross that off. Now remember, this row is for money amounts. This row is not. Okay. So 10 and 4 go up here. Those aren't cost amounts. They're actual how many. So 10 basketballs, 4 footballs. Now if you have these two, just add them. It's 14. Okay. Now I don't do anything with the 14, but at least it's there. Now middle row, we don't need this. If we have this and this, okay, I'm good. I just need to find what would go here. Now, if this says more about it, it says more after it, you put a plus with that. 2 things that indicates. We don't need y. We don't need 2 variables. And we just need 1 equation. Okay? Equals means equation. And there it's going to be. So you put plus $1.45. You don't just put 145 and leave it. Now, read that sentence. Footballs cost $1.45 more than basketballs. Now I'm going to read it 2 more times. The footballs cost $1.45 more than the basketballs. The footballs cost $1.45 more than the basketballs. So I think the footballs cost more. So that's where you put the plus 1.45. Then you put X, and this is just X without the plus. So now we multiply 10 times X. Well, that's just 10x. We don't have the x value. Now with the plus, you need to put a parentheses, and you need to take 4 times the parentheses, x plus 1.45, and then I distribute. The plus will still be there. 4 times x, or 1x, that's 4x. And 4 times 1.45. You don't just put 1.45. You got to take 4 times $1.45, just like you would if you would distribute. 5.8. Okay, so that is what you're putting down here. 4x, plus is still there, and then 5.8. So now you put a plus and line it up. You just need 1 equation. Don't be drawing the 4-quadrant thing. Okay, so the x's are on the same side. They just get combined into 1 like that with adding 14x. You don't minus 4. It's what you do when they're on different sides. Okay, plus 5.8 equals 264.80. Okay, then we have multiplication by 14 and then a 5.8 being added to that expression. So we take out the 5.8 by minusing it. Okay, that's going to be 259. The 80 cents would just go away. And then you divide by 14. That's going to give us our x value. 18.5. Okay. So, you go find the x where it's all by itself. In the box, it's all by itself. That's 18.5. Now, the box next to it also has x, and we put 18.5 there. So this is just 18.5. That's your basketball. So $18.50. That's what 0.5 means. And the footballs, you just take the 18.5 plus 1.45. 19.95. Okay. If you want to write that here, you can. I don't care. Okay, number 10. A library is having a book sale to raise money. Hardcover books cost $4 each. Paperback books cost $2 each. A person buys 8 books. They spend a total of $26. How many hardcover and how many paperback books were purchased? So we're finding how many books. Hardcover books, paperback books, and dollars. So that's 3 units. Okay, so we have together. Then down the row we have how many units per unit and total. Okay, so hardcover books, paperback books. Okay, and then dollars total, dollars per unit. Okay, so the dollars total together is 26 bucks. Okay. Okay, how many units? Well, again, these are your cost amounts. This is not. So 4 and 2 do not belong up here. Those would go here. Okay. 8 books would go up here, but it's not hardcover or paperback, and it doesn't say more, so it would be in the together. That's all you have there, but you need to fill out the rest of it, okay? You have to use variables, x, y, and that's an equation, x plus y equals 8. Now, cost per unit. So the hardcover books cost 4 bucks, paperback books cost 2 bucks. We don't need this because we know this, we know this, so x times 4. X times 4. That would be just expressed as 4x plus, and then y times 2. We don't know how many, but we know they cost $2, the paperbacks do. 2y. Alright, so you have 2 equations, this and this. So you stack them. You have a system, you have 2 of them, x plus y equals 8, and then 4x plus 2y equals 26. Now we use the process known as the elimination, okay? Now adding them like this doesn't eliminate anything. That's 5x, that's 3y. But if I multiply, I will be in a better position. So 1 and 4, so I take the 4 to the top, take the 1 to the bottom. So 4 times 1x is 4x, 4 times 1y is 4y, and then 4 times 8 is 32. Now in the second equation we'll just stay the same. 4x plus 2y equals 26. Okay, 4 and 4 is 8, 4 and 2 is 6, so nothing's eliminated, but we're close because we have a match there. We just need to make that negative, and then the 2y negative, and the 26 negative, because see, that'll make 0x. You just have to remember to switch the 2y and the 26 to the negative value. So that's 2y, and that's 6. So all you have to do is solve for y now is divide by 2. 2 times y is 6, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. So go to your y, and paperbacks is 3. Okay. Now you can just take 8 minus 3 and that finds x, or you can plug it in if you want. 1x plus 1y equals 8, so 3 will be replacing our y. So 1 times 3 is 3. So 1x plus 3 equals 8. Remember, don't put 3y. It's 3 now. Y is gone. I put the answer I had for it. And divide by 1, x equals 5. So you put 5 there. Also, x would be 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay. A sports equipment store is having a sale on soccer balls. A soccer coach purchases 10 soccer balls in 2 bags for a total of $155. Another coach is purchasing 12 soccer balls in 3 bags for $189. Find the cost of a soccer ball, cost of a bag. Okay, so 3 units. So you have together. Then down the line here you have how many units per unit and total. Okay, so balls and bags. You probably don't want to put B and B, balls and bags, so you know which one's what. Now I put equals down here, but I quickly see if I read the problem that there's 2 of those, the 155 and the 189. Well, we set them both down here, 155, 189. Remember, that's for money totals together. So there's 2 of them. Okay, now, remember, this is for money amounts. It's not a money amount, it goes here. If it's a money amount, it goes here. Okay, so 10, in this sentence, 10 soccer balls in 2 bags. Well, those belong on top, okay? 10, and put them across from each other because they're in the same sentence. Then 12 and 3. Okay, so 10 and 2 go. 12 and 3 go. Add those, that'd make 12, that'd make 15. We don't use those, but I like to see that filled in. That tells me I don't need anything here. Well, that's about it for values, so we need to use our variables here, okay? So this would be x, so that I have something to multiply each of them by, and then y and y. So I'll be taking 10 times x and 12 times x. That's going to be 10x and 12x. Then I will be taking 2 times y and 3 times y. It's 2y and 3y. There's your 2 equations right there, stacked already, but you need to make your quadrants so you can organize your work. So you're going to have 10x plus 2y equals 155. And then on bottom you're going to have 12x plus 3y equals 189. Okay, you're gonna, if you add those right like that, you obviously get nowhere because you get 22x and 5y. Not going to work, so you need to multiply. So 12 and then 10. 12 times 10 is going to be, because 12 times 10 and 10 times 12 same thing, okay? So 120x plus 24y, 12 times 155, 1,680. Now on bottom you're going to get 120x plus 30y. Then 189 times 10 is going to be 1,890, okay? 1,890, yeah. Okay, let's try this again. Now you still can't add, they still don't add to 0, but you have a match right there. So if you have a match, if you just make one of them a negative, it's 0x, because adding a negative and a positive, the same thing, gives you 0. You still got to remember to make the 30y negative and the 1890 negative. So it's not 24 plus 30, it's plus negative 30. That's negative 6y. Likewise here, it's not 1860 plus 1890, it's 1860 plus negative 1890, and that's negative 30. Then we divide by negative 6. Negative 30 divided by negative 6 is 5. Okay. So the y values, we now have that value is 5. That's under the bags, so it would be $5 for a bag. Now the balls. Well, we can't just subtract because we don't have anything, so you have to do this the old way. and take your 10x plus your 2y equals your 155. You put 5 in for y. 2 times 5 is 10, so it would be 10x plus 10 equals 155. Okay, minus 10, that's 145. $145 divided by 10 is 14.5. Well, that's okay, it's just $14.50. Okay, so $14.50 are your cost for the balls. Okay, so now we're to the percent one. Metal alloy is a metal made of blending metals. A jeweler has supplies of 2 metal alloys. One alloy is 30% gold, the other is 10% gold. How much of each alloy should the jeweler combine to create 4 kilograms of an alloy containing 15% gold? Now, this is a percent mixture, so I should be seeing a table, but I'm not going to label it. Okay, so instead I line up my percents. Okay. The smallest percent concentration is 10 of. The highest percentage is 30. And then the in-between percent goes last, that's 15%. You got to line it like that or it's not going to work. Okay. Now, of what? Well, the only value I see is the 4. And that's in the same sentence with 15. So it's 15% of 4. Then I don't know what that percent's of, and I don't know that one. Now, you're ready to go to your table. Make your percents decimals, so that would be 0.10, 0.30, and 0.15. Okay, so it's filled out. Now, what I'm taking the percent of goes here. X, Y, and 4. And that's an equation. X plus Y equals 4. Now, of means you multiply. 0.10 times x, well, we don't know x, so we write the expression 0.10x. Don't know the of means times, but we don't have the y value, so it'll be 0.30y. Okay, equals, this one we can multiply because we know the actual value. We take 0.15 times 4. 15% of 4, 0.6. And that's another equation. So you see these two equations, you stack them. Okay, so x plus y equals 4, and then we have 0.10x plus 0.30y equals 0.6. Okay, adding here doesn't do us any good. We need to multiply. So 0.10 and then 1. So 0.10 times 1x is 0.10x. 0.10 times 1y is 0.10y, and 0.10 times 4, 0.4. At the bottom, you're just timesing by 1, so it stays the same. 0.10x plus 0.30y, and 0.6 times 1 is 0.6. Okay, so we try adding them, but that doesn't add, that's 0.20. But if you made that negative, it would add to 0. Okay? Negative, negative. Remember, 0 times a variable is 0. So 0.10 plus negative 0.30 is negative 0.2y. Okay? 0.4 plus negative 0.6, and that's negative 0.2. So that's okay. So we divide each side by negative 0. Remember, you're dividing, you have to divide with the negative and the whole decimal. Okay, that's actually 1, so y equals 1. You can get 1. Okay, there's your y. It's 1. 0.30 is your 1. Now, what plus 1's 4? Well, it's probably 3, if you want to just put that. 4 minus 1's 3, or you can do it the old way. I don't really care how you get that second answer as long as you get it. Okay, y is 1. Well, 1 times 1's 1, so it's 1x plus 1 equals 4. So plus minus 1, that's 3. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Okay, so 3 and 1. Okay, then my last problem's quite a lot quicker. At a high school, 350 students are taking an algebra course. The ratio of boys to girls taking algebra is 33 to 37. How many girls are taking algebra and how many boys? Now, this is a ratio. First thing you want to do when you see that ratio with the semicolon, you want to circle it. You want to add those, and that's 70. Okay? This is a ratio table. It does not have 3 columns. It only has 2. You put ratio, actual. Okay, so girls and boys and total. Oh, sorry, my bad. Don't do it that way. It says boys to girls. Boys comes first, so you put boys first, girls second. I'm sorry, okay? Don't just look down there. Boys to girls. Because 33 is your boys, 37 is your girls. So it said boys first, girls second. So first number's boys, second number's girls, then 70 is your total. Now this amount 350, okay, it just says students. It doesn't say boys or girls. So that I assume is my total. So now I have to find the multiplier that gets me from my ratio to my actual amount. So you take your 350 divided by your 70, and that's 5. But that's not an answer. That's just your multiplying number. So 33 times 5 is equal to 165. 37 times 5 is 185. So we have 165 boys and 185 girls.